Now let's say that you want to build a machine learning model with multi-class classification capability. Now let's see what this means. So let's take a look at the data here. So this is the Go sales data. So in binary classification, we expected the algorithm, or we trained the algorithm to predict on this column, that is tent. So given a profile, for example, male 27, single, professional as a profession, would this profile be interested or is bound to buy a tent? So this has only two unique values, which is true and false, hence the name binary. So one could be true and zero is false. So the answer to the question lies within these two boundaries. Now if you want to train the model to make a prediction on a more complicated column such as the product line, so if I actually open the filter on the product line, it has many unique values. So you have camping, golf, mountaineering, outdoor, personal, so that makes it 5. So now you have to train the algorithm to pick one of these categories for a given profile. So for example, female, 49, married, other. What is this profile most interested in? Alright, now let's go ahead and build this. So I'm here on the projects page of my IBM Watson account. So if you have not logged in already, or if you want to, please log in. So I'm going to use the same project which I have used before. So go into the project. For me, it is binary classification. And here I'm going to add another machine learning model. So go down here and find the Watson machine learning models. You can find your old B class model here. So click on Watson machine learning model here. Give it a name. I'm going to call it M class here. And as you can see, there is a machine learning service associated. There's a Spark service associated. We're going to leave it at the model builder. And this time, we're going to change it to manual. So this allows you to choose the algorithm you want to use. So let's say create. You're going to be using the same Go sales data. So select Go sales data and say next. Now, of course, you can use other data. If you have a nice clean dataset setting, then of course you can use that as well. So make sure you do some due diligence on the data and create your questions and have a very good idea of what the data does. If you plan to prepare new data, keep in mind that it takes a long time actually to prepare a good data set. So here we are in the training section, and first thing is you got to select the column to be predicted. So we are interested in the product line, and the feature columns are going to be all. So you're going to be in multi-class classification. Now as you can see here, you can actually add the estimators, which is basically the algorithms inside this category. So let's select all of them. So you can train on all of them. So that also will give us an understanding that given the same data set, different algorithms will perform differently. So therefore, a certain algorithm may perform better with a certain kind of data set. All right, let's say add here. And there you go. And say next. So now it's going to start training the model. So this is going to take some time as you have 3. So this is going to go in a queue. So sit back and relax. All right, there you go. You have the training and evaluation done for you. As you can see that the different algorithms have performed differently. So for example, the random forest classifier, let's select this one for now, has weighted precision 0.9, weighted recall 0.9, and you're safe by looking at the weighted F measure. So this is the harmonic average of weighted precision and weighted recall. So that's about 0.9, and then for decision tree classifier, this is 0.8. So please do take a look at the video for performance evaluation parameters for a trained model to understand these parameters better. Now go ahead and select the best performers. So in this case, this is going to be random forest classifier, and let's say save. All right. So now all we gotta do is deploy this model and test it. There you go. This is the overview, and let's go to deployment here. Let's add deployment, give it a name. So let's say in class deploy. Let's keep it at a web service and then say save. There you go. Initializing. Perfect. So let's go inside the deployment and go for test. Now let's given the data. So this is the question we're asking. So let's say given a male and age, let's say 50, and let's say marital status is married, and let's say this is professional. So we want to predict with this information which category of product line do they like the best or do they resonate with. So let's go ahead and predict. According to this profile, your trained model thinks that their favorite product line would be golf equipment. That makes sense actually. You can also go back to the data and check this to understand if this is correct, since you can actually narrow down to this specific question. But this does make sense. So you can also change it. For example, let's keep the male here. Let's say 27. Let's say single here. Oops. And let's keep the professional. So let's go for predict. And as you can see here now, the algorithm thinks that this profile, which is male 27 single, would be more resonating with the mountaineering equipment. So this would be their favorite product line. Makes sense again. There you go. So you have yourself a trained model with multi-class classification capability. Way to go.